Okay, Mama, so your little one has been diagnosed with torticollis. Whether this is a new diagnosis or you have been on this journey for months now, I am just going to be the one to say it. Chances are, at some point along this journey, you have wanted to blame yourself. You have thought, is this my fault? Is there something that I could have done differently to avoid this? And you know why I say this? Because I work alongside of mamas like you every day who are having these emotions. It is a normal gut reaction. But the good news, I am here to empower you with knowledge and to reassure you that this is not your fault. For those who have not met me, my name is Dr. Amy. I am creator of the Milestone Mentor and your torticollis consultant. Today, to further demonstrate to you that this diagnosis is not your fault, I want to go over some of the common risk factors that typically contribute to a muscular torticollis. Now keep in mind that with torticollis, there can be a number of different types of root causes, such as ocular, meaning vision, or even neurological. But let's keep that video for a different day. The vast majority of torticollis is going to be muscular torticollis. More specifically, this can be positional, meaning acquired, or congenital, meaning present at birth. To start off, let's discuss one of the most common risk factors. Positioning in utero is a factor that can contribute to the diagnosis of torticollis. For those 9 months, give or take, what position has your little one been spending that time in while in your tummy? Are they moving around often, or have they found a really comfortable position that they're just hanging out in? More specifically, breech positioning is also a consideration when discussing the possibility of torticollis. Along those same lines, a larger birth weight or a larger birth length can have contributions to developing torticollis. Now this makes sense, right? If baby is longer or larger throughout the duration of your pregnancy, then they've likely had a bit less room inside the womb and may have been a little squished. In addition, another risk factor of torticollis is being the firstborn. If this is your firstborn child, the chances that your belly is not as roomy as if it were the second, third, or fourth child are probably pretty high. Next on the list, let's discuss how traumatic birth experiences can contribute to torticollis. Methods of delivery such as vacuum-assisted or forceps-assisted delivery can sometimes play a role. Let's pause to repeat. This is not your fault. I want you to keep that in mind. The priority of your birthing experience is to deliver your baby as safely and as healthy as possible. If these methods of assistance were used, I am confident that your main objective was getting your baby into this world safely. Do not let guilt overtake you. Another risk factor that sounds scary but is completely benign is the development of a sternocleidomastoid tumor of infancy. Now that's a mouthful. Simply put, this is a benign lump or mass within this SCM muscle that is related to torticollis. Experts are not completely sure what the exact cause of these lumps are, however, they do resolve on their own over time. Rehab care is still recommended to combat the torticollis symptoms that are present. All right, so you see, common risk factors of torticollis, not your fault. Keeping that in mind, we also want to be aware of factors that can contribute to torticollis shortly after birth. Positional torticollis tends to develop because the baby develops a positional preference that they spend a little bit more time in. Oftentimes, containment devices do play a role, but that still does not give you permission to blame yourself. You don't know what you don't know. Containment devices such as bouncers, rockers, swings, sleeping aids, sitting aids, etc., these can contribute to positional preferences. Now let me highlight that if your baby has torticollis, whether it developed at birth or shortly after, floor time is their best friend. Always keep in mind that a great goal for your little one is to allow opportunity for unrestricted movements, specifically of the head and neck. If you're currently using containment devices with your little one, please do not freak out. Your child is not doomed. We will get through this together. But I also want you to be realistic. So consider using containment devices with extreme moderation. No guilt, no shame, just empowering through educating. So please reach out if you want to chat more specifically about how to adjust your child's daily activities or daily positionings to be more in their favor. Last but not least, let's take a moment to touch on plagiocephaly. They say that at least 90% of babies with head asymmetries also have neck imbalances, also known as torticollis. That makes complete sense. But you know what also makes sense? The fact that plagiocephaly is also not your fault. You didn't know what you didn't know. And now that you do know, we move forward confidently and better than ever. With torticollis and head shape concerns, just know that early and consistent intervention is key. Okay, Mama, I hope that you've taken this message to heart. Realize that you were here with me in this moment for a reason. You are not alone. I speak with mamas day in and day out who feel guilty and who feel defeated. Trust me. In our sessions, we laugh together, we cry together, and most importantly, we learn together. It is okay to recognize that you have those emotions, but also remember that you have the tools to succeed. All right, friends, if you need support, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am truly honored to be your torticollis consultant. Until next time.